But there's a narration though, Ikhwan, that is actually, Shaykh al-Albani mentions in the Sahihah, that Al-Mughira ibn Shu'bah, Ikhwan, this is a tremendous narration, and it shows us what happens in when one yatamassik bis sunnah. That Al-Mughira ibn Shu'bah mentions that he intended to marry. And the Prophet ﷺ said, Hal nadharta ilayhi, did you look at her? And he commanded him to look at her. He said, go and look at her. So when Al-Mughira went and he went to the house of the woman, and he announced himself, and he asked for permission to enter. And when he entered upon her mother and her father, and he sought permission to see her. And they didn't say anything. She heard from her room what he had said. So she said, if the Prophet ﷺ has commanded you to look at me, then look at me. So he looked at her and he was pleased and he married her. And he said, Mughira said, I married over 70 women during my life, but I stayed with that one who the Prophet ﷺ commanded me to look at. Shaykh al-Albani mentions that narration, Ikhwan. He brings that narration in his Silsila Sahihah. And he mentions that, Ikhwan, under the section of the narrations of the desire of looking at a woman before marrying her, and following the command of looking at a woman before marrying her. And Shaykh al-Albani brings the fiqh of those narrations. Ala kullin. So those are some of the narrations regarding Al-Mughira ibn Shu'bah radiyallahu anhu. May Allah be pleased with the noble companion Al-Mughira ibn Shu'bah. He was placed in authority, Ikhwan, over Basra as well as Kufa. First Basra and then over Kufa later. And he mentions in the narration, Ikhwan,